My husband's mistress sent me a blackmail video. She had no idea what I was already holding. The video was 11 seconds long. Hotel room, champagne flutes catching the light, Nathan's hand on her waist, the specific way he touched her, proprietary, practiced, and her face turned toward the camera with the particular smile of a woman who had thought about this moment before she filmed it. 11 seconds. I watched it once, put my phone face down on the penthouse duvet, and looked at the ceiling of a room I had booked for myself at 11:47 p.m. the night before, after the front desk clerk named Rylan had changed every billing agreement on 5 suites, while his eyes went carefully, professionally blank. Then her message arrived. Divorce him quietly, or I send this to everyone you know. I picked up the phone again. I read the message twice. I set the phone back down. My hands did not shake. My eyes did not water. I noticed both of those things the way you notice weather, clinically, from a distance, and I filed them away under the growing category of things that are interesting about this situation, because here is what she did not know, could not have known, had no way of accounting for. I had been quietly, methodically, and with considerable legal assistance, building a case for 7 months. Not against her. I didn't know about her yet, not with certainty, but against Nathan, against the marriage, against the specific architecture of a life I had funded, maintained, and slowly come to understand was never actually mine. She thought she was sending me a threat. She had sent me a gift. I smiled at the ceiling of the Crystal Cove Resort penthouse, $1,200 a night, charged to my corporate card, the only card in this hotel that still worked. And I thought, of all the people to try to blackmail, you picked the one who already has an attorney on retainer. Then I picked up my phone and called Vesper Crane. I need to go back, because the video was not the beginning. The video was closer to the end. I had been married to Nathan Ellery for 9 years when any of this happened. 9 years, which is long enough to know someone's sleep patterns, and short enough to still be surprised by who they turn out to be. We met at a conference in Denver. I was presenting, he was attending, and he spent 20 minutes after my talk asking questions that were actually, I now understand, a very polished form of attention. Nathan was good at attention. He deployed it the way other people deploy cologne, enough to be noticeable, not so much that you could name what you were responding to. My name is Emma Sorrell. I run the regional operations division of a mid-sized logistics firm, which means I manage a $40 million budget, a team of 63 people, and enough process complexity that most of my social life has, over the years, been quietly deprioritized in favor of spreadsheets. I say this not to make myself sound admirable. It's just context. I am very good at systems. I am very good at managing resources, tracking variables, anticipating failure points. I am, as Nathan told me approximately 40 times during our marriage, too transactional and emotionally unavailable, and cold in a way that makes everyone around you exhausted. He said those things. I wrote them down in my journal. I went to therapy about them. I'm getting ahead of myself. Nathan worked in private equity fundraising, which sounds more specific than it is. He raised money from investors for funds managed by other people. It was a role built entirely on relationships, lunches, golf, the slow accumulation of trust over expensive meals, and he was genuinely good at it. He made good money. Not as much as I did, but good money. The problem, which I only began to understand in year 7, was that his expenses had gradually, almost